J More, the very best reviews. Tell them none can contest, we gon'
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the show. We here to talk about Beef, the show on Netflix that a lot of people are talking about. Very good show. And also, for a little bit, I'm going to talk about a couple other shows on Netflix that you may want to check out if you're looking for something else to watch during this time when a lot of the shows that may be your favorites are not on right now. Before we get started, I want to give a thanks and a shout out to all of you all that tuned in. I appreciate it. A lot of places that you could be and you here, and I appreciate you for that. So let's get into it. Now, a lot of people have heard of this show and a lot of people haven't. And it's called Beef, and it has two, I would say, mid-level actors. Well, Ali Wong is a comedian and she stars in it with Jordan Cho, who's an actor who was probably most well known from his time on the TV show The Walking Dead, which he did kind of grow up on that show. And I thought he did a great job. And he met his unfortunate demise. For anybody who's a fan of that show, Lucille and him, they had a breakup, so to speak. Anyway, so what we end up seeing is these two come together, and it's an example of how one thing can lead to another and totally spiral out of control. And things like this can happen. I've heard of things like this happening, not to the extent that this show goes. This show was so good that I actually watched all the episodes back to back at once. It was that good. I just was thinking every time after every episode, oh man, what's next? Oh no, what they gonna do now? And it's 30 minutes an episode. So it's real quick, and I believe it was only 8 or 10 episodes. So it didn't take too long. It's 10 episodes. So, pretty much 5 hours. With that being said, it moves fast moving drama, comedy, dramedy, so to speak. And these two, they're amazing. Okay. Ali Wong, this is her first big major role, I would say, being the co-star of this show. And I think that she nailed it. I mean, she's had other roles, of course, before, but this, I think she does an excellent job. And Steven Yeun does an excellent job, and he's gotten better since his days on The Walking Dead. And these two, they play off of each other beautifully. Okay. So the way it starts off in the first episode, and I'm not really giving anything away because, like I say, it starts off fast, and that is, you never know what a person is going through in life. And I've said this before. I've learned this sometimes from other people as well as the hard way. You don't know who you talking to. You don't know who you messing with. And growing in Chicago, you'll learn that lesson real quick. And so it starts off with Steven Yeun, and he's trying to return some products at a store. And the guy's giving him a bunch of questions and hassles, and you could tell he was already uncomfortable. He like, I thought it was no questions asked policy. Well, I'm not making any questions. I'm just making statements. Hey, man, just shut up and make this return is what you need to be doing. Anyway, we see that for whatever reason, he already frustrated. You there in the morning, returning the product, things that none of us like to do. The person's giving you a little hard time. As soon as you get out, you have an altercation in the parking lot that seems to go a little more than it should have, with, on top of other frustrations, it's a boiling point. Now, we don't know what that person in the parking lot is going through. We don't know what we each other are going through in life, and we need to all give each other a little space and understanding, because you may have a lot of problems, but so may the other person. And just like you want people to give you a break, we should all try to think of the next person as if it was ourselves. But of course, that clearly didn't happen. And so what we saw was it escalate. And a lot of things are going through people's minds these days, with social issues, economic issues, depression issues, love issues, financial. I mean, so many things. And so you see a poor person in their car versus a person in a nice Mercedes, and they seem to be beefing and arguing, and it turns into a full out road rage incident that just spirals out of control. And you start to see each episode, it escalate. And that's one thing that you have to learn as an adult getting older, is that you have to de-escalate sometimes situations, because if you do this, then they're going to do that, and then if they do this, then you're going to do that, and then if they do, and then next thing you know, it's just going to get out of hand. So with that being said, this is an excellent show, in the showing how if you take the time for a small moment, you may save yourself a lot of trouble. Now I'm gonna break down a little bit more of the episode and some of my highlights of the show. And we also have some more people from The Walking Dead in this show that do an excellent job. And I think that this is an excellent cast, and they, I think, deserve not only another season, but they all deserve to move on in their careers, because these people, they laid it out in this show. Surprise hit, sleeper hit. I wasn't expecting it. Let me give a shout out to my brother from another mother, Ill Woods. What's good, man? Just checking in with you. I appreciate you coming through. I ain't been out in a minute. I've been working, doing things behind the scenes, busy, but I've been missing my peeps, and I had to come out, and I was going to just do a beef review upload, but I say, no, I'm going to go live so I can see what's up with my people. Everybody keep my brother Ill Woods in your thoughts and prayers. He going through some things with his health, so as we all need a little help now and then, don't forget about my brother right here and Ill Woods. I don't know if you've seen Beef, but if you're looking for something to watch to kill the time, this is a good show. Trust me, it'll help pass some of the time and possibly even get you a little motivated. So, not that you need it, but you know, hey, we all use an extra little motivation. Something happened to me yesterday that gave me an extra little fire in my belly, and that's a big belly. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, we got to do what we got to do. What's up, Rashonda? Hey, sis, Rashonda. I appreciate you for coming through. Have you seen Beef? Let me know in the comments as well. And anybody that has seen this, whether you watching live or in the replay, let me know if you've seen this and what did you think about it. I think that it's a very good show, and I was very pleasantly surprised on how it turned out. I've been talking to some people in Discord about this show, which is where I have some of the members, and they agreed. And some of them that didn't know, watched it, said that this was a good one. So, you know, no problem. Many blessings to you as well. And, you know, anybody, if you got the time, don't forget, keep my brother in your thoughts and prayers. All right. Now, Beef is on Netflix. All right. And I'm going to start doing some Netflix reviews in the meantime while we're waiting on The Shy and Power Book 4 to come back on in August and September. So I figure a lot of people have Netflix, something that we could all check out. Now it's called Beef, and it's really simple because it shows how a beef can just go and just get taken out of control. And what happened was these two had an altercation in the parking lot of like a Home Depot type store. And they then get into a road rage incident where John Yoon is now chasing Ali Wong because when he tried to back out, she blocked them in and honking, and they going back and forth. So now it turned into a road rage incident. She done gave him the finger. So he already stressed, upset, going through some things. They end up going through road rage incidents, weaving through traffic, one thing after another. He ends up feeling upset about how it all turned out, getting her license plate, and then starting to go look for her. And that is when you have to be like, oh wow. And then that had me hooked for real. So then we later see he actually goes and finds her, but he's not that type of dude where he's a killer or a woman beater and these things. So that's where you see how things can get out of control. Because yeah, you could get upset in the moment of a road rage, but then when you start to go into next levels of things and start to do these things, what are you going to do now? Now you're going to kill somebody over this? So he then chooses something else, which then of course causes the escalation. And then she's not that type of person. But you then, when people push your buttons, and we've all had our buttons pushed, we then decide to retaliate or escalate, which then could cause things to get out of control, which is a prime example that this show highlights. Now, we see that he is part of an Asian family, of course, Steven Yeun, and it's good to show different sides of people because for most Americans, at least for most Black Americans, our only experience with the Asian community is with the shop owners, whether it's food shop owner or the beauty shop owners or the nail shop owners or clothing shop owner, wigs, all of that stuff. But we don't really have too much interaction with other people other than business owners. So this shows that the other side of the Asian community that's not so successful. But then also Ali Wong is playing a very successful part of the Asian community, but as a business owner, but not the business owner that we are normally used to seeing. She has a floral shop. Nevertheless, we see that Steven Yeun, this is her husband, Ali Wong's husband, who father was a successful furniture designer. So they're very well to do for the most part, whereas Steven Yeun is poor. His family used to own a motel, a low-end motel, and his cousin from doing illegal operations, not necessarily drugs, but illegal operations from some type of bootlegging or whatever the case, they end up having to sell or lose their property. And so one of his big motivations is trying to start a business so that he can provide for his parents. And he's trying to start a business with his younger brother. And that's where he feels a lot of pressure because he's not a really good businessman and it's not working out. And it seemed like every time he get close to doing something, something else happens. And you later find out in the series what he was returning and why to the store. We later see that sometimes if you just take the time to talk with somebody, you'd be surprised what you have in common. And although he was miserable in his life, Ali Wong was not as happy in her life, as even though she had all the material success. And it's funny that the reason I say you talk to someone, because if they would have been able to talk from the get-go, who knows how this could have turned out. Because by the last episode, you see the things, it should have went totally different, unfortunately. So, definitely a good one to check out, a good one to binge watch. All the episodes are available to watch now, and fire. I give it a Moscow in a minute, but just a little tease. I'm gonna give it about an 8.5 to a 9 for that first season, off the top of my head. What's up, Kate Leezy? Kelly Lee? I ain't seen you in a minute, girl. How's everything been? You say you enjoyed Beef, but you didn't get to finish it, though. Oh, man. I'm not going to spoil it because the ending is insane. The ending of this show, season 1, is perfect because it shows the completion of spiraling out of control. And just as wild as it started, it ends even crazier. And it's just it shows how people smiling in each other's face, but at the same time hating on one another. So in the show, Beef is this major corporation, I say, that's similar to Home Depot. And Ali Wong is looking to possibly sell her company to there. And if she was able to do that and sell her company to Maria Bello, who is pictured here, she's the owner of the company. If she's able to do that, she could get multiple millions. And that's what she's in the process of doing. But they have her going through a lot of hoops, and she's really kind of tired of it. But she's going through the hoops because she wants to sell the business. Now, Maria Bello's character has an Asian assistant slash friend who's basically a to the booty, to the tushy, and is her assistant for free somewhat. And she talks to her any old kind of way, in the sense, and that's kind of what she started doing to Ali Wong's character. One example is she had her bring her the drinks, or have her leave at certain times and come as if she worked for her, when at the time she didn't. But I guess that's what it's like when you're used to everybody being around you. That works for you. Anyway, the other Asian lady was doing a lot of shady things to cut Ali Wong out and to make her look bad, which was unfortunate because all she wanted to do was sell her business and move on. She didn't want to be her friend. And the other woman, that's all she had to offer was being a friend. She didn't have anything to sell and other things. And the things that people will do, just like she found video footage of them having their road rage, and then was like trying to be a little detective to snoop it out just to blow up the deal, just so that she couldn't get close to the other person and be a friend. Like, that's so dirty. You gonna blow up a multi-million-dollar deal because you afraid that she want to be my friend? Like, you can have a friendship, give me my money and bounce. So anyway, this is a picture of Steven Yeun. He forgot to bring the rest of his pants though, but Steven Yeun did a great job on this. And that's him and Ali Wong. And Ali Wong is one of my father's favorite female comedians. And, she does a great job in this. Now, Steven Yeun's cousin, who gets them in trouble, was also in The Walking Dead. And he's also in The Flash. And I'll pull him up for you. And it don't seem that they have it right here. And also they have Andrew Santino, another comedian from Chicago. Is this Joseph Lee? No, that's not him. This is Ali Wong's husband. Um, oh, here it is, David Cho. So David Cho, who is also in The Walking Dead, does an excellent job as the cousin. And wait, is this him? Yeah, this is him. Excellent job. This is David Cho. He was in also in Fear the Walking Dead. He was the protector for the king in Fear the Walking Dead. He's lost a lot of weight. He lost a lot of weight, slimming down, looking good, and does an excellent job as the shady cousin that's always got some type of get rich quick scheme that never seems to work out right and puts them in a bigger hole than when they started. And it seems that he falls into this spiral, into this abyss, and gets even darker. And it's crazy that we see as the show go on some of the shadiness. Like, you think that you feel bad for one character. I don't want to give too much away, but then as you learn, they've done shady stuff to their family members, for example, preventing them to go to college without their knowledge, and other things, and stealing money. And I mean, this person is not you start to see some of these people are not as nice or as good as you realize. And I think that they realize it as well as the show goes on. Which is pretty good to see them kind of have that awakening. Yeah, Kay Leezy, you got to finish this one. This is good. You're going to be happy you finished. Them last episodes of Beef is wow. The last episodes, I mean, so much is happening. It's not like it goes out quietly. This show goes out with a bang. Literally. So you definitely want to check it out. Hint, hint. All right. Big Bird. What's up, Big Bird? Salute. Appreciate you for coming through, big dog. What's up? What's up, Mad Gaming? What's up, Mad Gaming? Appreciate you coming through. I like that black shirt. You in style. Black on black on black on black. Black on black. Anyway, definitely worth watching. Definitely worth completing. It's only 30 minutes an episode. Very quick watch. And very well worth it. So let me go ahead and give it a MOORESCORE for season 1. And then I'm going to talk about a couple other shows that you may want to check out on Netflix. And then I'm going to wrap it up on a body. Yeah. I hope everybody been doing good. I missed everybody. I had a lot of things going on with working on behind the scenes on some channels. I've changed my internet. So now I got another internet provider where I only run just this computer off of this internet service. So hopefully my streaming should be smoother. I would like to think than it has been before, hopefully. If not, then that's still something I need to check on. Anyway, seems like it's starting to lag a little bit right after I said everything should be working better. But anyway, and I got another channel I'm working on that should be going live within a month or so that I'm really excited about, and a couple other things. So, a lot of things behind the scenes. This first 6 months of this year Been very hectic and crazy for me. Probably second most difficult year of my life. And so, but with that being said, I made it through. We all right so far, so good. And I'm excited about this second half of this year, and I got a lot of big plans. So stay tuned. Everybody that's been rocking with me for the years and months, I appreciate it. Definitely it's because of you that I keep grinding and putting in the work in the days when I'm tired and don't want to do it. So I appreciate it. Now, let's go ahead and get us a Moscow. And then I'm going to talk about a couple things on Netflix for 5 or 6 minutes that you may want to check out. So let's do this. All right. Now, the Moscow, for most of you know, is just 4 simple categories. Got visuals, cinematography, we got the storyline and plot, special effect, makeup, and the entertainment fun factor. 25 points each category, give you a total of 100. Let's go. Visual cinematography for this show. It's not a special effects driven show, but top notch cameras, 4K. The way that they shoot, it seems like you're in there with them, but it's not a handheld shot. But they do have good close shots. The way that they shoot around the city and everything, very good. You get to see all kind of parts of LA and not the parts that we always see. And I think that they do a great job with how they shoot and portray this show. And I would give it a 20. I give it a 20 out of 25. Well, I give it a 22 out of 25. All right. Let's see. Next, storyline and plot. I really enjoy this storyline and plot. It's something different, something new. We've all seen the other types of shows, and it's not too many shows like this. And so with that being said, I enjoy it. I would give this storyline and plot overall for the show, because I've seen all of season 1, I will give it a 23. Very different, fresh, realistic, and they make it make sense. And I needed to make it make sense. Special effect, makeup, costumes, not a big special effect driven show. The costumes, just regular clothing that people would wear. So with that in regards, I would just give this a 20 out of 22. I mean, out of 25. Now, it is some episodes where you see some special effects with gunshots and things. But overall, not a big special effect driven show. Couple fires and things, but that's not this type of show. So that's why I give it the 20. Last but not least, entertainment, fun factor, very entertaining. I had a good thrill ride watching it. Very few shows that I will binge from start to finish. Being 30 minutes helps, because if it was an hour, I wouldn't have been able to hang 10 hours straight. But with that said, still 4 to 5 hours straight is a nice amount of time. It's about a half a day's work. And that's what I did without even realizing. It's just, damn, what's next? What's next? Oh, what's next? What's next? Next thing you know, I'm like, oh man, I gotta wait a year for the next season. So I'm gonna give it a 25 for entertaining fun factor. If you can make me watch all of your episodes back to back, I'm gonna have to give you the top marks. I was entertained. I wasn't bored doing it. And that brings it to a total of a 90, which I said off the top of my head, it would be at least an 8.5 to a 9. And there it is, a 90 on the Moscow, which would be a 9 out of 10. Hold on, let me put this up here. Put in hashtag Mosco and tell me what's your rating. You can see I got it on the screen right here below my name. So let me know what you think in the comments below. All right. Let's see. Joey9, what up, Jay? Sorry, man, I've been missing your show, but you still the GOAT. Appreciate it, man. Joey, hey, I wouldn't be the GOAT or anything without people like yourself watching. So I appreciate all of you all for your support. And that's what keep me motivated, keep me going. So I appreciate you. Desiree, what's good, sis? I appreciate you popping in and saying, hey, I ain't seen or heard from you in a minute. And so good to hear from you. And don't be shy, because I will be doing the shy. So come on back. And that go for everybody. The next shows I'm going to be talking about is the Shy and Power Book 4. And that's in August and September. So make sure that you come through, and I'll be here. Pull up. All right. Now, on Netflix now, of course, you got to see Arnold. Did you see the Arnold documentary? I put out the documentary about the life that I live. That is the Arnold Schwarzenegger documentary, which actually I watched all the way through as well. Now, the Arnold, I just had it here. The Arnold documentary was only 3 episodes, and that's not the same. But it was very good, and some of these things I already knew, but I did actually learn some new things about the one they call the Arnold. Now, a little bit about myself growing up. Arnold Schwarzenegger was larger than life. His movies were very inspirational to me, from Terminator, Commando, True Lies, all of his movies. When we were kids, we used to think we were going to be bodybuilders when we grew up. And I even have different motivational posters in my house even today of Arnold. So to a certain extent, Arnold was inspirational to me as a kid. As an adult, not so much, but I do admire his story, which is about making the right moves, calculated moves. Of course, he's not perfect and things of that nature, but it's funny how certain things can motivate you and change your life. And by being the kid in Austria and having the rough upbringing, his father devastated after them losing the war, World War II, and different things, and him seeing the article of a bodybuilder changed his life, made him want to be a bodybuilder. He became a bodybuilder by the age of 18, made enough money on his own where he was able to go to America because he had a good bodybuilding career and saved his money. Good money, man. I was very frugal. I don't spend a dime. I save all the pennies. I have a big penny bank. I put the money in the penny bank. He saved all his pennies. I had a penny pincher. He saved all his money. And by the time he was ready to get out of bodybuilding and into acting, he was able to choose his roles because he didn't need to do acting for money. He already had a real estate portfolio worth millions. He already was a millionaire. I already had the car phone. I had a big line on the top. I say, call me, because I'll be back. Call me back. That's what I began. I'm the one to say, call me back. Okay? That was me. Not you, me. Yeah. But it's just weird how his life kind of turned out. I mean, he even told his friends when he was younger, I want to go and be an actor. I want to marry a Kennedy. I want to be president. I mean, he pretty much accomplished all of his goals, pretty much. Um, it's just interesting to see the life of very successful people and how they accomplished and the obstacles that they had to overcome in order to accomplish their goals. And it's kind of reassuring when you're going through things in your life to know that, hey, everybody has obstacles and things in the way of their goals. And if these people were able to overcome them and achieve their goals, then you can too. You have to have perseverance. That's one thing in common. You don't give up. And so, those that watch this show and watch me for years know that I love me a good doc. And Arnold is a good one. You want to see this one. Trust me. This is the good one. You don't want the other one. I terminate the other. Let me see. The other, I have new show. It's called Fuba. You want to see the Fuba? But that's a good one to check out. It's also another show called Florida Man that is just crazy and spins out of control, similar to Beef. That's worth checking out. I'm not finished with Florida Man, so I don't want to get too much into that, but it is crazy. And the reason why it's called Florida Man is because if you go to Google and you type in Florida Man, that's all you got to type in, Florida Man, the craziest, most insane news stories come up. That's like a running inside joke, a Florida man, and then you could fill in the blank, and it's always some wild story. Wrestle alligator and bit the alligator back, or all kind of stuff. So Florida man is always something to check out, and you never know what you may see, and this show is no different. And also something that's new to Netflix that I'm gonna talk about tomorrow is Bird Box Barcelona, and it's basically continuing the Bird Box story, but it's now in Europe, in Barcelona. It's number 2 in Netflix favorites. Number 1 is Puss and Booze. They call me the Booze. They call me the Puss and Booze. You want to come and take me down, huh? They call me Antonio Banderas. Anyway, those are a couple things to check out, and the Bird Box review I will drop tomorrow. So come through, pull up. All right. And there's always a lot of news and things that's happening. So you definitely want to stay tuned for that. All right. Yeah, K Leezy, I give him his props. One thing about the Arnold documentary I even give him credit for is he talk about the problems he had. I cheated on the wife. I had to put this in something. I had to terminate the ass. I had to put the pounding on the cheeks. Okay? I have much testosterone with the guys. We play around with the boobies. We like to juggle the boobies. And when no one's around, what I do, I had to put something in there. Okay, I had to put it in the oven. Cook it. Cook my Wiener Schnitzel. Oh, yeah, good. I wanted to pump her up. So, yeah. Yeah. Arnold had a multi-million dollar real estate portfolio before he ever acted. He already owned buildings. He talks about it in here about how he bought a house and then flipped it into a building. And the reason he would buy it so fast with the profits and things is so he didn't have to pay taxes. Arnold was smart. He had owned apartment buildings. So it wasn't even just the average real estate portfolio, in the sense that he even had, buildings. And I mean, Arnold, I have to give him credit, man. He was going to be successful no matter what. I got a video similar talking about this that I'm going to put the link up, and you can check this video out. And it speaks more about Arnold and what he went through. Also, subscribe to this channel because it is a very good channel with some good news to know. All right. And with that being said, I'm going to get ready to wrap it up. Let me put the link in here about the Arnold. And he also talked about in that video, in this documentary, that one movie made him more money than any movie that he ever did. And it's the movie you would never guess. Because when I heard that, I thought, of course, maybe a Terminator or something like that. Nope. It's another movie, and he made more money off of that movie than any other movie in his career. I ain't gonna spoil it, but there's the link for the video. Check it on out. And you will like it. It's not a tumor. All right. Big Bird, your box was good. Big Bird's box, part 2. Malik the King, your impressions be funny, dog, especially when you used to do the big grimace and power. Hey, what you mean? Okay, no, man. They say that you gonna come and do the shooting, and what you do for me to you to me is the other security guard, and I'm to take a bullet. Is that weak to weak? Don't hurt me, man. Yeah, man. I appreciate it, man. I'm also been working on getting back into performing live as well. So who knows? I may be in a town near you. With that being said, I'm gonna get up out of here, y'all. Everybody, appreciate y'all for watching. I'll see y'all on the next video. Be safe, peace, and I'm out. Deuces.